Hello everyone and welcome back. This pronunciation video is about the ed ending in English. In this video, number 1, you will learn the 3 ways to pronounce ed at the end of words. Number 2, you can practice with the play-along game to see if you remember. If you learn these pronunciation rules, you'll be more confident when you speak English. So let's get started. In English, ed is added to make many past tense verbs. Many verbs with ed also become adjectives, so these pronunciation rules are really useful. Let's start with rule number 1. In rule number 1, ed sounds like ed, like needed, wanted, ended, painted. Do you see a pattern yet? Rule number 2, ed sounds like t, as in helped, washed, cooked, hatched. I wonder why. Now, rule number 3, ed sounds like d, as in called, used, slammed, and followed. So let's see why we apply these rules. Let's dig into rule number 1. In rule number 1, ed sounds like ed if the verb ends with these sounds. If the last sound is t, wanted, waited, invited, expected, and started. Because the word ends with the ed sounds like ed. Or, if the last sound is d, needed, sounded, attended, divided, and flooded. But be careful. Even though verbs like invite and divide end with e, they end with a t or d sound. It's not always about the spelling, it's about the sound at the end of the word. Words ending with t or d sounds add an extra syllable with ed. Wanted and needed become 2-syllable words. Rule number 2. Ed sounds like t if the verb ends with these sounds. K sound at the end, cooked, looked. And even though it is ch, it is pronounced k, ached. A s sound. Past, faced, and mixed. C and x still end with the s sound. The sh sound. Washed, pushed, finished. The p sound. Helped, dropped. The f sound. Stuffed, coughed. Again, gh sounds like f in this word. Coughed. The ch sound. Watched, patched. Notice, these are all unvoiced sounds. Your vocal cords do not vibrate. And now rule number 3. Ed sounds like d if the verb ends with these sounds, which is basically everything else. L, called, failed. N, planned, phoned. M sound, slammed, blamed. R, cared, offered. B, grabbed, robed. Z, used, jazzed. And be careful, that s in use sounds like z, used. G, or even j, bragged, damaged. Or the v sound, waved and lived. And then there are a lot of words that end with a vowel sound. All of these also end with d. Followed, stayed, tried, glued, shooed, freed. A vowel sound at the end also has the d ending. So, very easily on this page here, you can see rule number 1, only with 2 sounds, d and t, do we say ud. Rule number 2, the unvoiced sounds, k, s, sh, p, f, ch. And finally, rule number 3, d is for everything else. So let's do a quick play along in the comments. In this part, you can test your skills. I'll show you a list of words, and you will type t, d, or ud, and leave your answers in the comments. For example, in the comments for these 3, you would write number 1, filled. So you would write d. Number 2, baked. You write t. Number 3, rented. You will write ed. And I'll check your answers for you in the comments. Are you ready? How should you pronounce the ed in these words? How many will you get correct? Pause the video or take a screenshot if you need more time. We're going to wrap up, so if you need more time, pause or take a screenshot. Good luck, I'll check your answers down below. And thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you learned something, and I will see you next time.